Hey guys, welcome to Sea of Thieves. So on this video guys, what we're going to do is just run through a few things to get yourselves ready on your first day on the seas and what you should be doing. So without further ado, let's get into it and welcome to the seas. So the goal of the game is to reach skull crushing pirate legend, and we'll do that by leveling up 3 of our main trading companies: the Gold Hoarders, the Order of Souls, and the Merchant Alliance. And to level those up to get to pirate legend, we need to get to level 50 in each trading company. So, choosing your ship size is extremely important in Sea of Thieves. Each ship, the sloop, the brigantine and the galleon, as you can see, they all have a preferred crew size, i.e. the amount of players for each ship. 9 times out of 10, when you're new to the game, you're most likely going to start as a solo player or just with a single friend. So always go for the sloop, especially when you're first learning. No matter what you do, if you're playing on your own, never try and sail one of the larger ships. It's nearly impossible and you can guarantee that you will be sunk. So you've finished your tutorials and you've just loaded into the game. You'll find yourself in a tavern on one of 6 outposts around the Sea of Thieves. Quickly have a look around the outpost, and that just to familiarise yourself with it, because your outpost you have to visit all the time for cashing in your loot and getting your promotions for each of your trading companies. The first thing to do before you do anything is to start stocking up your ship. The easiest way for that is to come straight to the Merchant Alliance. Come on here. And you can buy your various supplies, but the main one is by using a storage crate. And with that, all you do is run around all the barrels and start collecting all the different supplies that you need, because it'll take everything out the barrels. But you've just joined the game, so you are one very skint pirate. So what you'll have to do to begin with is run around and actually collect everything in the barrels by hand, which unfortunately can take a while. Especially when you get an outpost like this and it's basically a mini city. What you need to do is get enough gold and reputation as quick as possible to get yourself to level 15. When you get to level 15, you can become an emissary for any of the trading companies. And at each trading company, they all have a table next to them, which looks just like this. And all you do, you make a one-time purchase to each trading company, which will allow you to be an emissary. And all you'll do is vote on it to become an emissary for that particular trading company. And what that means is everything that you cash in to do with that trading company, you'll get more reputation and more gold. If I remember rightly, it's 2.5 times more gold and 2.5 times more reputation. Right guys, so once you've got your boat set up, which you want to do as quick as possible because you never want to stay too long at an outpost, or to be fair, at any island, just in case another ship rolls up on you. You would select a voyage of whatever trading company you wanted to start leveling up first, but because you're such a new player, they're not going to be worth it because you're only going to get low value loot which won't help you out at all. Also, there are other ways where you can collect high value loot for all of the trading companies all at once. You can do that by either doing sea fortresses, isle hopping, or trying to find a shipwreck somewhere. So what you want to do is look at your map and you want to find the nearest sea fortress. So we're at Port Merrick, so the nearest one for us is Imperial Crown Fortress, which is just right there. So we're going to set sail to there now. So where you can do isle hopping or shipwrecks to get random loot and higher value loot. If you take on a sea fortress, which is very easy, very quick and very simple to do, you will get higher level loot for all of your trading companies. And they only take anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes to do. So one thing to remember when you're sailing, guys, is look which direction the wind is going. And if you can turn your sails to catch the wind, then always make sure you do that, and then you'll get the quickest speed possible on your ship. If you can't, then always make sure that your sails are kept forward, especially on a sloop. I'll have a quick check on the island for some loot. Right, so as you can see, guys, we have a nice shiny red statue here. That's a mermaid statue. And when you destroy them, they give you gems, which you can sell at any trading company. But primarily, what most people do is keep them and sell them to the hunter's call. Because it's a red one, it is very difficult to complete, and the moment you get close to them, they start taking your health away. When it comes to the red mermaids and you're a solo player, all it'll take is a few well-aimed cannon shots and that'll destroy it nice and easily. The thing about mermaids is you won't find them on every island and that, but they're not always on land either. And that some of them are quite far down in the water, but you'll always hear a distinctive sound when there's a mermaid about. Now, of all gems you can get, which are blue, green and red, this is the most valuable one. But what you're hoping to find on an island, if you go island hopping, as well as random bits of loot, is one of these guys here. This is a skeleton captain. And once you've defeated them, you'll get some gold pouches. A villainous skull and a skeleton orders. Which is exactly what we want, guys. Better heal as well. We'll just take that back over here. Then we can harpoon that back to the ship. So we've got the skeleton orders, which is this time it has given us a X marks the spot with 3 X's on. And we should be just be down by this one right here. Which one like that we can leave. Right, again, another valuable piece of loot. With this one, guys, it is a hard one to decide what you want to do, because you do get a lot of experienced crews that will leave this behind. Purely because once it starts crying, it has the ability to sink your ship. I smell bacon, I smell pork, run little piggy, because I've got a fork. And also find that if you kill animals, you'll get meat. Whoa. Right, so if you ever get a keg like that, just do that. And pray to God that you never sunk your own ship from it. So, this chest. It doesn't matter where you store it on your ship, because no matter where you put it, when it starts crying, it'll always start filling your ship with water. So if you're taking it with you on your journey, guys, when it starts crying, always make sure that you start bailing water until it stops. And whenever you get off your ship, always make sure you take the chest with you. You notice you'll get shot at by the sea forts, but they're not very good shots. And if they do hit you, it's out of sheer luck. And as you can hear, My chest has already started crying. So if you come down here, you'll notice the ship is already filling up with water. So when you're getting off the ship, make sure that you take the chest with you. So the sea forts, all it is a couple of waves worth of phantoms, and then you'll get your captain. When you've taken your captain out, you will get a key which will give you entrance into the vault. So what you want to do, guys, when you're actually fighting them, is go all the way up to the very top. At least when you're up here, you can keep an eye around for any ships that might be incoming, and you can also fight a lot easier up here. Get the phantoms to come to you. So when you hear that noise, that is the start of the next wave. And just make sure that anything that can open, that you check it, because you'll always find other little bits of loot and everything around. There we go, that's what we want. And there's the captain. There you go, nice and simple. So, when you kill the captain, he'll drop a key. And with that, just go all the way down to the basement. And as you can see, guys, you get plenty of loot. And as you can notice, guys, it gives you a share of everything. A bit of gold hoarders, a bit of merchant alliance, and a bit of order of souls. And where you seen me open them little boxes before, what we'll do in a second is you go, after you've sorted this, you go running around the fortress and open everything, because you'll find other little trinkets or skulls, but there's also another key that you need to find. And that will open a locked door at the very top. So the key for the second room that you need to unlock is nearly always in the bedroom area. Which it looks like it's shining in there. Yep, there's the key. And again, you'll find some more loot. So, we'll get all the loot on board and see what we actually got. So, that's not a bad little haul. There, if you'd done it via voyages, would have taken you a very, very long time to get done. So what you can do after you've done your first fort, guys, obviously, yeah, you can cash it in straight away, but you can either sail around all the forts, and that because they are dotted all over the map, and do it that way, or you can use this to do a bit of isle hopping while you wait for the fort to respawn. The spawn time between each fort is 12 minutes. So in 12 minutes time, that will be back to normal, and we'll pick up our chest of sorrows when we come back, because we certainly don't want to put it onto the ship while it's crying. While we're waiting for that fort to respawn, we'll take a sail down to Mermaid's Hideaway and see what we can find there. So just remember, guys, the same as what it was like at the fort, always raise your sails in advance. Oh, and look at that, we've got our luck again. We've got a skeleton captain on this island as well. So only ever drop your anchor if it's absolutely necessary, i.e. mainly to stop your ship crashing. But if you do have to drop your anchor, guys, make sure you re-raise it straight away. So again, another villainous skull. And if I remember rightly, this one on Mermaid's Hideaway, it's nearly always a riddle that you'll get with it. What are we? 6 paces northwest. And this is exactly what we want, because as well as getting a chest that we can store little items in to save running around with them one by one, we'll also get 3 items in this chest. So the best part about being on the west side of the map doing a fortress is Mermaid's Hideaway and Sea Dog's Rest. 9 times out of 10 you will always find a captain. So we'll come back to the fort for a second time. Hello, El Capitan. Right, we'll get this harpooned onto the boat and then we'll give a quick sail up to Crescent Isle to see if we can find anything there. And then after that, we'll go and cash everything in. And we have another skeleton captain on here as well. And a shiny in the water there. So that has given us a riddle, and we've found 2 skulls. And we have another chest. Oh, now that's a skull that we want. The ritual skull. Use that to start the Fort of the Damned, and it will also start to give you doubloons as well. So as you can see, from doing the sea fortresses and then a little bit of isle hopping while we were waiting on it respawning, that we have a lot of Order of the Souls, a lot of Gold Hoarder, and even quite a bit of Merchant Alliance. Which is the best thing about doing those, because you just permanently gather and loot for all 3 of your main trading companies all at once, instead of having to do them individually. When you've done enough of these and you've earned yourself enough money, you'll be able to buy yourself a captain ship. This is the best thing about having a captain ship, is instead of having to run all of these individually to each trading company, you can cash everything in at the Sovereigns instead, which will save a lot of time in the long run. Well, there you go. In less than an hour, we made nearly 60,000. One step closer to being able to purchase a captain ship. So guys, always remember when you're out sailing to keep an eye on your surroundings. Because it's not just players that you've got to worry about attacking you and stealing your loot. You've also got skelly ships that'll try and sink you, along with the sea creatures. Right guys, I hope that video helped. If it did guys, give the video a like, click subscribe and turn your notifications on. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.